Let's talk about why I pull away when things start to get serious as someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. Family, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eleanor and this is Dismissible Me, where I speak only about dismissive avoidant attachment from the perspective of someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know where you are watching from. And be sure to check out my playlist, my website, Instagram. All of my links are down below in the description box. And getting right into today's video, why I pull away when things get serious. And the number one reason why I start to pull away when things get serious between me and you is I'm starting to get worried that I'm going to be trapped into the situation. And to be specific about being trapped or feeling stuck is I don't want to feel like I can't get out of something or I can't get away from someone easily. And I just don't want to feel like if something is no longer good for me or it's dangerous or it's causing me harm, I don't want to have to struggle to leave the situation. I want to be able to know that there's a clean break, that I can easily get out of a situation, or that it's going to be extremely healthy and that I'm safe. You know, are you safe? Are you the right person? These are things that I'm really going to start to think about. And not that I haven't already, but this is a hyper focus at this time that I'm pulling away and things are starting to get serious. I'm worried about whether or not I'm going to be trapped. I'm worried about whether or not you're the right person. I'm also worried about, as I'm rolling into the next thing, is I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop or for you to pull the rug out from underneath me. So I don't want to sign up for a commitment or allow myself to relax and ease into a relationship or a commitment with you if I'm feeling like things may be too good to be true, or I'm still nervous about whether or not you're a safe person. Am I going to be stuck with you? I may want to slow things down by pulling away a little bit, being careful about what I say or do. Maybe I'm spending less personal time with you because I'm trying to slow things down and double and triple check myself in the situation to make sure that it's not too good to be true, that I'm not having such a good time that I'm being delusional about what's actually going on between me and you and in this situation. So for me, I'm pulling away just to make sure that what's going on, what has already been going on between me and you, is what's going to continue when we start to kick things up a notch, when we start to put a title on things, when I start to tell people about you and let people know what's going on. You know, I want to make sure that there's not going to be any surprises before I really invest myself and go all in. Another reason why I may pull away when things get serious or start to become serious between me and you is I could be worried or start to feel like my independence is dwindling away, that my autonomy is dwindling away. And so for me, maybe pulling back at this particular time is a way for me to kind of hold on to that for a little bit longer before I feel like I have to give that up, or before I feel like I'm comfortable giving up another layer of that independence, because I don't necessarily think that I have to give it all away. I'm not that, I guess I really don't know the term that I want to use for that. I'm not that delusional to think that when I'm in a relationship, I completely lose all of my independence. I'm not that extreme. I don't have that extreme level of thought about it. But I do get very nervous that I'm not going to be able to be myself. I'm going to lose a portion of myself and who I am in this relationship. And that's what makes me put the pause on a situation and say, let me just back up from this. Let me just wait a couple weeks before I see them again. Let me just talk to them a little less and see if I'm actually missing them. Let me see if I'm actually having these feelings, or if I'm just really having a good time with this person, or if I'm really just comfortable with this individual. You know, is it real or is it not? Am I really ready? Am I really willing to give up this next layer or level of independence to, you know, allow this person to come in? So that's a reason why I may be pulling away when things start to get serious. I'm also a person that is very uncomfortable with emotional dependence. And I'm very uncomfortable with me emotionally depending on another person and, really figuring out whether or not you're a safe person to be emotionally dependent on. Can I share things with you or can I not? But I'm also uncomfortable with you being emotionally dependent on me. I'm just as uncomfortable with being emotionally dependent on you as I am with you being emotionally dependent on me. I don't want to be responsible for your feelings and emotions. I can handle my own. It's overwhelming for me to have to be concerned with what you have going on emotionally, with making sure that you're okay. Oh no, you're in a crisis. What do I need to do to help you out when maybe I'm going through something at this particular time? And then there's also, I don't want to feel like an emotional burden on somebody with, depending on them emotionally. But I also, and that's because I understand what it feels like as a person who's had people emotionally depend on me, and it felt like a burden. It felt like a second and third job. It felt like I had to be a mother to somebody, and I don't have any children. And that's a problem for me, to be a mother figure to somebody that's not a child. Me and children and being nurturing is not a struggle. Me and nurturing another adult, that's where things get very dicey. So that feeling like I'm an emotional burden to somebody, or feeling that someone is an emotional burden to me, I try to avoid that. And I also try to avoid, being seen as somebody who's weak and can't handle my own stuff. And I also can clock someone being emotionally dependent on me as being weak, emotionally weak, or just having signs of weakness. And there is a fine line to that. Like, it's not like all emotional dependence equals weakness, but there's a fine line where I'm like, oh no, this person is a limp noodle, and maybe I need to get away from this individual and or the situations that come with this particular person. Another reason why I pull away when things start to get serious is I really get nervous around commitment, and commitment feeling like the pressure to perform, or the pressure to be a certain way and show up a certain way. I don't want to start to feel suffocated by that pressure to constantly show up perfectly for another person, or to show up perfectly to meet someone else's emotional needs, and to be somebody else's rock and their backbone. That's where things start to get exhausting. And that's when I know that things between me and you, me and this individual, are unsustainable for me long term. So this may be that I'm pulling away to make sure that, hey, am I really comfortable in this situation? Or am I more comfortable at a distance and letting this person figure things out by themselves? Or do I really want to get involved and help this individual? Do I really want to let this person know that I'm here for them? Or is this situation too overwhelming? Are this person's emotional needs too overwhelming for me? And now I need to figure out a way to get up out of this situation before I'm hurting somebody's feelings or putting myself in a position that I feel like, again, back to that feeling trapped at the beginning, that I can't easily get myself out of because now I've committed to something and it's no longer light. So reasons why I pull away when things start to get serious are: I'm pulling away because I'm worried I'll be trapped. I'm pulling away because I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop or for you to pull the rug out from underneath me that things may be too good to be true. I'm pulling away because I'm worried about losing my independence and autonomy. I'm pulling away when things get serious because I'm uncomfortable with emotional dependence, not just my emotional dependence on you, but your emotional dependence on me. And I'm also pulling away when things get serious because commitment can feel like pressure to perform, and I don't want to feel like I'm constantly having to act or perform and be perfect for someone, and I know that that's unsustainable for me long term. Family, that's all I have for you in this video. Let me know what rang true for you in your situation. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out my other videos. Check the playlist. Find me on Instagram. Check out my website. Let me know your attachment style. Thank you for watching. And family, I will be tapping in with you very soon. Keep it real.